Sunday, everybody. Welcome to the Sunday claim sale. This is Midhunter Comics, and I got in a massive Superman collection this week from the 60s and 70s. So that's going to be like 80% of today. So we're going to have a lot of fun with that. He also had another long box that contained a full volume of Star Wars, Volume 1 from the 70s. So we're going to do a small Star Wars claim sale tomorrow for the Star Wars holiday, May the 4th. That's something else. But I also got in one long box of nothing but net. So we are going alphabetical today. There are definitely big books mixed in. But if you're a Superman fan at all, this is definitely your day. Or if you're just a Silver Age and a 15 center collector, we got a lot of great stuff for you. Yeah. Same rules as always. You get 10 claims, you get 10% off. 20 claims, you get 20% off. The only books that won't apply are books over $100. All right, let me take my jacket off. I'm actually a little warm. So as always, we'll get it started. And international shipping, you're sending me the custom and the shipping label, or you could just grab something on my eBay and I'll get it together. And let's do it. One thing, I had a bunch of these trading card packs. I'm going to throw these in at random in 3 piles. So you guys might get some fun bonuses today. We'll get things started with a gradable Amazing Spider-Man 32. Now, this is the oddball variant that actually contains 30, 31, and 32. Your first Ezekiel Sims, Moreland. An oddball issue, 3-part arc in one thing. It's got a nice value. Could be a 9.8 right there to start us off. I also have 2 sketches. Now, the crazy thing is, sketches typically start at like 100, 200 bucks. The guy had no COA. So, no COA. I don't know who the artist is. So, we're just going to make him 40 bucks. That's an Uncle Lou on A. An Uncle Lou. Just got to find out where I put the pile. Oh, you're here. Actually, more. Give me a second. Okay. And then we have a Palf, got the B. So the Hobgoblin's gone, Green Goblin still here. That looks like a Ribby. I have a feeling you're going to wind up in a short box, Ribby, but we'll put you here to start. All right. Who got A? That was Uncle Lou. Half got B. Ribby got C. Make sure you're in the live chat, not the chop chat, and I'll pick up the pace. A gradable Scotty Young Classic, 611 on D. High grade Newsy, first appearance of Anne Wayne, 375. Near Mint McFarlane Newsy, ASM 314 and 313. I see an LB, L-band, perfect right there. DDD, I see Aluminum Falcon, H. And both McFarlanes. Anyone get the B? Not yet. We have the high grade Near Mint minus, maybe, Newsy 301 on D. And a near mint $2.99. First appearance of Venom on C. And first cameo and first Todd McFarlane on A. All same condition. We got a Pouth on D. And a Pouth on C. Pretty sure Art got A. Studio Stones, I'm going to move your pile over here. Right. Next up, we have a Very Fine Plus, Newsy, Craven's Hunt. I think that one's the Death of Craven on F, $2.94. I have a Very Fine, maybe Very Fine Plus, Newsy, first Black Suit on E. And same grade, first Tarantula on C, $134. Stones. Spider-Man 1, the gold, $20.99 one. Newsy, gradable. Another gradable, tied for Black Suit, Spectacular 90. We're actually starting the sale with, I think, some of our most expensive books. Looks like I got a Warpath on G. What was that again? XX. XX Warpath. XX. Mr. XX Warpath, make sure you fill out that link. First name, last name, all that good stuff, and we'll get you started. Don't forget to fill out the link in here. It is. Hold on. I to Lou and Butcher. H. I'll put this with the Craven. It's a high grade 32 Newsy. One of the best covers Zek ever created. And he made a lot of good covers. First Vulturions, I'll put next to it Web 1. For the cheaper, we have first Sun Girl, Superior Spider-Man Team Up 1. And Spider Island, Spider-Girl 1 is the first Anya Corazon solo series. I also have a perfect possible 9698 Spidey Batman Team Up one shot. That's got some nice value there as well. Falcon. Falcon. Excuse me. Parks. Nothing on H. Thank you. Thank you, boy. Okay, next. I'm actually going to do a price reduction on this. Absolute Carnage, I had 20 bucks. It's missing number 5. It's a 5-part arc. Let's just drop it to 15. The Abyss movie adaptation. It's a 2-part arc. I have a near mint, but of just number 2. So if you find number 1, you got something sweet. Here is Adventure into Fear 24, a very high grade. I'm almost tempted to say near mint here. Near mint minus. Let's play it safe. First meeting of Blade and Morbius. I. Meatball. Then we have. Oh, we're going fast. Woo! Beyonder on C. Beyonder. Thank you, sir. Meatball, I already got that. B and F to Ribby. Then we have Butcher. George, where'd I put your pile? There you are. All right, folks. I missed a G claim. Hold on. I actually don't see any G claims. So if you want G, we're going to restart it. How about this? I'm going to put it in a new spot first to get it. For some reason, I didn't see it. There you go. All right. That one's a meatball. That one's a meatball. Sorry. Then we have the coveted high-grade aliens #1. And that'll be on B. I actually have an entire short box of aliens. Randomly, this Superman collector, he had all this alien stuff in there too. And he almost didn't mention it. He's like, by the way, do you want this? I was like, yes, yes, I do. Alien one shot called Havoc. Alien Alchemy #1. Stephen Bazette, alien called Tribes. That's actually the hardcover, page for hardcover. Aliens, Genocide, all this stuff is near mint on I, or you could just say claim all aliens, and we'll get you going. That's going to be Corey snagged #1 there. Good snag. That's a Zamboni. Let me do a quick scan. I don't see Zamboni. Yeah, watch out for some of these alien books. There's some value in here. I was going off of the eBay actual solds, and a lot of the stuff was a lot higher than what I'm doing today. That's typically how I rock, but you know, there you go. Another one shot, Alien Sacrifice, gradable candidate, as well as Alien 3, the movie adaptation, complete run. The complete run of Newt's Tale in near mint. The third limited series featuring aliens, and I think this one on the cover might be a 9698, which maybe I should have done some grading here. We will see. The difference between this stuff raw and graded is actually insane. Riley. The complete Aliens Volume 2. We just sold issue 1 from Volume 1. And as if that wasn't good enough, once again, the full run of Aliens Volume 1. I'm hitting you with another Aliens #1. This one is very fine on #1 with all high grades on the rest. Absolute winner right there on H. Corey. I feel like I have to blow my nose. Give me a second. Thank you. Good clean pal. Got a pinch more aliens. One shot. Dark Horse Presents Aliens, gradable candidate. Alien Salvation, one shot featuring Dave Gibbons with Mike Mignola art. That had some real sneak attack value. Gradable candidate. Superman Aliens, complete. And Batman Aliens, complete. I think I get alien stuff like once a year. Nice to see it. H is gone. Lou got a B. That's a Corey on F. going to move that file up there. Then we have the full run 10 issues of Colonial Marines in, you guessed it, near mint. Alien Rogue complete run near mint. Alien Hive complete run near mint. And then a John Byrne Earth Angel Alien one shot J. Vader's going for. Vader, do you have a file? I don't see it yet. Vader, you picked a good sale to be here for because I got a lot of Silver Age and 70s Superman today. Thank you, Bobs. Don't forget to hit that like button. Hank apparently is saying we're only up to 20 some likes, and there's over 100 people, so make sure you hit that like. Here's a funny one, a satire, Alien Lovesick B. Full run of Alien Stronghold, near mid, full run, Dark Horse. I didn't have the Action 1 this week. Forgot to bring it. Now, I have to say, we do have a full wall. This would be a particularly good one to do a full wall claim on because you'd be getting some bundles for free. So let's see some more of this stuff picked up. Then we'll move on to our, I think, what's next after Alien. Near mint Dark Horse Aliens. Anyone want to just do a claim all aliens? I'll take care of you, give you a couple bundles for free. Lou said claim wall. Watch this. Hey Lou, how would you like a $40 bundle on me? Free. Thank you, sir. That's not an alien book, but there you go anyway. I do have, once we get to the P's, I do have some Predator too. All right, next up looks like it's going to be some pinch of DC here. Armageddon. Actually, I tend to do these for 5. I'm going to lower my price here. Give me a second. I have 8. The full Armageddon arc, first Wave Rider, the big one there, 5. Anne Rice is Queen of the Damned, near mint D. Vampire Companion, complete on E. And I have the full Interview with a Vampire, but I haven't shrink wrapped it together yet for you guys. First appearance of Immortal Hulk. This is Avengers No Surrender, $6.84. It's like a $75 key collector high. I did catch a spine tick or two, so I'm dropping to 20. Next up, we have a near mint second Monica Rambeau on H. Controversial issue with the impregnation of Ms. Marvel there. We have a high grade, and it's crazy that this is what a high grade will do. You're in the 9s on this first Taskmaster, and it's just 75 bucks. How the mighty have fallen. That looks like a Beyonder. There. That's a Nesmith. Beyonder on I. Authentic B. I'm pretty sure that it was him who got it first. Yes. Nice, good choice. I have the mid to low Newsy first Rogue, and then the mid to high and then one that's just a little bit even better than that one. You got options. First Rogue. That looks like a Gransbury. B. Half on D. Back to the Future #1, Hardy. I'm surprised that's only $4. This is cool. 12-cent Batlash #1. Nice mid-grade #1. Surprised that's only 15. I'm seeing a Rivian C. You got it. A Butcher on H. Classic cover. I forget if it's Neil or if it's Bernie, but it's Brave and the Bold, 93. Batman with House of Mystery. Mid to high C. We brought the meats today. I'm going to do a price drop on this one. The full run of Death in the Family. Here you go. Nice condition on those. I sort of want to get this graded, but Long Halloween #1. It's 2 weeks in a row I've had that. Uh-oh, did I go too quick? Yeah, I went too quick. Yonder. Zamboni. Zamboni. There you go. Gransbury. That's a Trask. Looking good. It's a Palf G. All right, caught up. One of the best prices you're going to see this second print, very fine of #1. The #2 had like a sticker on the inside that like did a little rip on the inside page. And then 3 and 4 are near mint. That's your full Dark Knight Returns at a price you cannot beat. Gradable candidates of both the 90s Batman spawns. D. A book I kind of want to keep for myself with COA, a very tough and gradable Batman Red Rain. First Batman as a vampire, signed by the creator, Kelly Jones. On B. Can I get a hell yeah? Art green, nice. I'm seeing George. Then we have the first appearance of the second ventriloquist of Scarface, and somehow I found my hands a newsie from a time period where the newsies are very, very scarce of that. Here is a 9698 Batgirl Adventures #1 Bruce Timm Classic. I kind of want that to not sell, but I know that it will. Battlestar Galactica 1 and 2 bundle, and stay tuned. I actually just got in a full run of Battlestar Galactica. It's not ready yet. I have to do the rebagging. A mid to high Black Magic of #1 70s horror. Butcher. This was definitely a collection I wish I got some grading done, but I unfortunately I can't wait. I can't wait. All right, then we have. I've never had this. Blade Runner 1 and 2, so the original comics in high grade, but also the Marvel Super Special, which is really the technical first Blade Runner. So that's your near mint Super Blade Runner on B. Blue Devil 31, first appearance of Lucifer. Small little Blue Devil key, not many of those. Candy number 4 from 1948, 10 center. I'm doing what I think is the lowest of the possible low I can do on this. It's about a 4.0, and it's on I. I also have a gradable Cap meets Punisher. That's issue 241. That one looks like loot. You know what, Lou? I might need to get you into a long box. Guys, give me a second. I'm going to transfer Lou into a long box. Ooh. Sorry. Ooh. Let me just get his sticker. All right, Radical. Let me see where I'm at. Uncle Lou. And then we had a Tyrannus, picked up C. Dennis, how you doing? No Invincible today. I'm good, man. We got another Chianti. It's a party. Next up, we have a mid to high grade. First, Lilith, maybe more high grade than mid there. Giant size chillers. Secret Chillers 1. This is Christmas with the Superheroes. Although, hold on, Hank, if you're in the chat, you got to let me know. I know you collect Christmas covers. Do you collect these? Remember, number 2 has this extremely bizarre Supergirl appearance, even though she was dead at the time. So I'm kind of holding that one for Hank because I know he collects Christmas covers. Mid-grade Creeper number 1. Pretty shocked that a mid-grade prices to just 25 bucks. I'm telling you, DC is so slept on. Actually, going to lower my price on this one again. This is the full run of Crisis on Infinite Earths. Near mint goodness. I had 75. 65. Tyrannos. Let's see. I'll take him. Thanks for remembering. Word. Got it, mate. And Ribby gets the big fat eye. And already I need to pop Ribby into a short box. But luckily, I have a short box right here. We are caught up. The Pence variant, mid to high grade, first appearance of Elektra, hilariously with her name misspelled on the cover. On A for awesomeness. Dark Days, the casting, first cameo of all the Dark Knights, and second cameo of Barbados, just a little $5. And I actually have 2 of those. First appearance of Murder Machine. And then I have all of the Dark Knight metal number 1s. Okay. Yes, Hank. Yes, I am. Laura? Oh, your box is in the other room. Laura, I'm going to get you started on another short. Okay, Laura. All right, rock and roll. That is a Mr. Ford. Gets one. Zach gets one. Zach, I'm actually amazed that you don't already have that. Da 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 boop dop. First murder machine Ford. Very high grade. Claim G. Same with Warpath. This one, which is actually cover A, had a spine tick, so I'm $1 less on that one. Warpath. Who was the first one? Vader 0. And there are a few left. Claim all G, no dupes. Pretty sure there's no dupes here. Yeah, these are all different covers. Tyrannos on D and H. Dennis. A gradable, possible perfect condition first Lady Deadpool, although there's actually a lot of first appearances. First Blind Owl and a bunch more Deadpool #1. And a gradable Defenders 10. Key Collector says 150. I'm going 100. Classic 4 versus Hulk. Let me move over here. I feel like I'm moving so slow today. That's a Palth and a Lou on D. Lou. I have a little pinch of Dracula. This is a mid to high grade giant sized Drac #3. The final issue, relatively high grade. I'm going to say mid to high, issue 70. Non-key issue 66, mid. Non-key issue 63, mid. And a mid to high first Deacon Frost 45. And classic Bernie cover. Although you do have a rip in the corner here that's going to hurt it down to 15. Tyrannus. We have a claim all Drac 2. Who got that? Brendan. 9.8. Welcome, Brendan. How you doing? One, two, three, 4, 5, 6. We have a Doc Strange. First cameo of Astrid Mordo. That's issue 86 from the 90s. First full appearance of Fear Lord and first cameo of Nox, a newsy Doc Strange 31 near mint. Newsy Doc Strange 17 near mint. First cover of Redra and origin of zombies in the Marvel Universe. Small key here. Origin of Brother Voodoo Newsy. Doc Strange 16. Doc Strange 15. First Barney the Vampire. Controversial issue that resulted in Amy Grant maybe suing high grade Newsy 15. First Victor Strange. And Morbius becomes a vampire again in issue 10. And then we have an issue #1 from that run for you. I got a meat. First Astrid Mordo. I got a Tyrannos. Rintra. I got a Ford Origin. And a Tyrannos. and a meatball. There's Victor Strange. Then we have a high grade final issue of Volume 1, which is actually your first cameo of Ritra. Used to be like a $30 book on Key Collector. For some strange reason, it is $8 now, and I do not know why. We have a Doctor Strange 30, First Dweller in Darkness. This is a mid to low copy, so it's just going to be $8. 21 is The Origin Retold of, I think, Doctor Strange and Clea. This is a mid to high H. This is a non-key, mid to high, 30-cent Doctor Strange on I. Same with 19 on J. And same with 18 on F. Priced with the coolness of the cover. Parks gets a big boy on A. Nice. Tyrannos BH. It was in my car. Are you serious? All right. Who's that? Saint Polyworld. J. 17. Awesome cover. 25-cent B. High grade. 16. Mid grade. It's actually a bondage cover with Clea. 15. 25-center. High grade H. 14. Strange versus Dracula. That's a mid to high J. Here is the link. And while you think about that, I am going to go tinkle real quick. All right. Say hi to Polly. Tyrannos went with an A and a J. 13. This is actually a key, I thought. I forgot to write what it is. It's a mid to high, maybe just mid 13. That is something. Maybe it's just an origin. I don't know. Another bondage cover. This one's mid, number 5, Origin of Silver Dagger, J. Or if you want, you can just say claim all Doc Strange 70s. And you can get it all and get some free books. Time for some wine. Cheers. And give me 1 second, folks. Sorry it's taking me so long today. I'm slow today. No. By the way, for those of you who might be new, if you ever claim an entire row, you get a book for free. If you ever claim the bottom row, you get a book for free. If you claim the wall, you get at least 3 books for free. And since we only have a couple more to complete our Doctor Strange, you can just say claim Doc Strange, and you'll get. Why don't we do? If you claim Doc Strange, you'll get 4 books for free. How about that? Okay. Any takers? Claim Doc Strange. All right, I might just have to pop you in a short box. Ugh. All right, let me give you some free books. 1, 2, 3, 4. That was Brendan. We got a Bronze Age Hunter in our midst here. Love to see it. Okay. And Brendan, do you want that to include the Marvel Premiere Doctor Strange stuff? I kind of consider that different. So let me know if you want that too. I'll wait for your call and then we'll either pop it in your pile or get it on the wall. Sure. 14, 13, 12 for Lilia. 11, looks like I got 10, 9, 8, didn't have 7, a low grade 6, don't have 5, and 4. Let me know. Otherwise, they're hitting the wall. You got it. I actually had my parents helping me bag and board, and that might have been a mistake because I had them do these Faust covers. If you don't know anything about Faust, this particular cover I can't even show you. I have to put a sticky note over what is on the cover. So here's our scarce Faust books. I do not have a number 1, but I got all these other issues. And I sort of wish that I didn't have my parents help me with them. Kind of awkward. Claim all Faust. You got it. Yeah, whoops. Oh, man. It's like one time I had my parents help out with a full run of cherry Pop-Tart. That was a mistake. Mid-grade. Key collector, 120 bucks on the high. I'm right at the mid. Dave Stevens Classic, Elvira, House of Mystery, 11. Fantastic Four, 500. This is the foil director's edition. This is the first Marvel series to reach an issue 500. High grade 291, an action #1 homage. We're in our FF, it looks like. 320 classic Hulk versus Doom versus Thing. I'll do $10 on that. 15's a stretch. Then we got our Sue Storm becomes Malice, and then the first cover appearance as well. High graders on G&H. Polly Whirl, good one. Meat went with C and B. 278 Origin Dr. Doom, controversial issue. 277 Franklin Richards defeats Mephisto, and it separates his soul into a whatever, and I don't remember. The key significance is like a paragraph for that book. Kind of a lot to keep up with. Ford, do you want H as well, the first cover? Next beat. Just a classic cover with Stan Lee on the front, high grade 275. FF1 homage, a Newsy 264. Just a high grade Newsy Dr. Doom cover that people have started liking. Here's another classic John Byrne Dr. Doom, high grade 258. And Destruction of the Scroll, Throne World, one of my favorite FF covers ever, actually. Bob's. A geek this week. What's up, Will? Forward. Valerie Richards is conceived, 254. I Newsy. Why is that not worth more? I don't know. 252. The, what do you call that? The vertical. Newsy. 247. First Christoph Bernard. Newsy mid. First Franklin Richards as an adult on J, mid high. Another mid high. First appearance of the second Nova, 244. Another Newsy. Pretty sure they're all Newsies. G is not a Newsy. Time for some wine. You can also always say things like, claim all Fantastic Four under $10, and that way you don't get caught with more expensive stuff like this. And I'll treat it like a wall claim. I'll give you 3 books for free. Okay, so this wine has a slight hint of wet dog. I don't think I'll be getting this bottle again. What the hell? Some are winners, some are not. We have a full wall clean. Nice. Let me get you some free books ready. Free. Thanks, Ribby. Then we have 243, iconic Byrne cover. It's mid to high, I want to say, on D. First Moon and Maximoff and Inhumans Move to the Moon. High Newsy. 240. $238 combined with 239. First appearance of Amplitunia, Bungle. 231, first Stygor, high grade, 231. 211, first Terax, but it's mid. And then 212, second appearance. Sorry, that's Bungle. I'm pretty sure this is just like a classic cover. That's a mid-high Newsy. 209, first Herbie, similar condition. 206, first Empress, Hill. Scroll stuff. 205, mid-grade, first Nova Core, and a character called Rule, R-U-L. 204, First Queen Adora, and Tonic Vault. That's a mid-high 204. Once again, all newsy. And yes, this is the same guy who had the Superman collection. And once again, he was like, oh, by the way, I have Fantastic Four. Do you want that too? I'm like, all right, where are we? Up. That's a Ford Terex bundle. And then a Phil Fry on H. Yes, sir. Phil Fry H. Wait, what was it? Final Kirby cover on FF. This is a mid-grade 200. Then we have a high-grade Silver Surfer versus Fantastic Four 20 center in Mylar. 123. Getting into the bronze and even silver age. Here we have a mid to high 20 center. It is issue 117 on J. Pablo Perez. Pablo Perez, if this is your first time or really any time, at least once per show, go ahead and make sure you fill out this link. This is actually how I will get you invoiced, okay? So thank you very much. You got D. Okay. Tyrannos H. Meat. Yonder. Yonder again. All right, here's a good one. 112 in Mylar. Probably about a 6.5 to a 7.5. 15-cent classic Hulk first thing. Non-key 104 with Magneto on the cover. That's a mid-grade 104. G. Final Stanley and Kirby collab. FF 102. That's a nice looking mid-grade on H. Non-key mid to high on I. Non-key mid to high on J. Art. You got a nice pile, my friend. Nesmith G. We haven't even gotten to the Superman yet. We're doing pretty good here. 91, first appearance of Torgo. That is a mid to high. Deep. 90, scroll cover. Mid high. G. Nice condition on these 15 centers here. Beyonder's just taking the bottom row. Make sure you hit that like button, please. Beyonder, I am actually going to give you the Petunia for free. My friend, thank you. Pablo, no, you did not get the Death in the Family. Your first claim was a $4 FF book. 89, similar condition, F. Now we're into our 12 centers. 88, I think this is the final 12 center. That's a mid-grade C. 87, small key, almost not even worth writing it on there. So it's like a love interest of Black Panther or something. I treat it like a non-key, G. There we go. Classic Doctor Doom cover. Higher end of mid-grade 12 center. That's issue 86. And a nice higher end of mid 85. I feel like I'm not moving them over. Iconic Kirby cover, mid 84. It's art. Second appearance of Franklin Richards and something else, but that's really the main thing. Fantastic Four 83. That's a mid on G. When I'm saying mid, I'm talking like 6 or better. Some people say mid and they mean like 5. I got a Rivy on H. All right, you're down here. 82, first appearance of Zor. Mid, maybe mid-high, H. Nice to have some Silver Age stuff again. I don't get it in too often. We have a full wall on vintage FF. Let's keep it going. Got some good stuff and one crazy book that we have to get to from our FF. What number is A? That is FF 231. We'll lower the price on this one. Crystal joins the FF. Go 25. Mid. Thanks forward. First appearance of Stigor. Cygor. I don't know. Mid grade. I always like the color scheme on this. 79 on A. I got a Tyrannos on J. In its place, I have a mid 78. I should drink some water while I'm drinking this wine. Make sure you hit that like button if you will, please. I'm actually making sure I'm doing it right now. We only have 60 likes. There's 160 people watching and only 60 likes. Everybody take a second, hit that like on that video, please and thank you. We have a full wall on the, no we don't, it says Laura. Was that D and I or D and J? That's a D and J to Laura. In its place, we have a Kirby Classic. This is a mid 75. Iconic Kirby cover. 73, another iconic Kirby cover of the FF versus Daredevil, Thor, Spider-Man, stuff like that. I am going to lower that price to 30. So 40, we're going to go 30. On J. We got a Tyrannos immediately on J. Nice. And Fry. $72. Mid-grade, maybe about a 6.5, something like that. Iconic Silver Surfer cover. Gorgeous colors on this one. Kirby, at his A game. Then I have another one, which I thought was a little bit better. And the funny thing is, when it comes to these books, the prices, the little adjustments in grade go a long way. George. Then we have another Doctor Doom cover. That is a mid-grade number 60, 12 center. Just grab the rest of our F. Okay. And I'm seeing a Ribby picking up 79. In its place, I have, you'll have to say low or mid. I have 59 and a low of 59. I'm going to have to put them both on A since I don't have any spot. So you can say A mid or A low. Save yourself $10 or swing the extra 10. Man, I almost never have a single digit FF, unfortunately. G is the second Franklin Richards. Toronto says claim anything under a 20. Poof. 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 Nice. Smart claim. That's a good one. And then claim A mid. Also gone. Laura. See if I have any more under 20. I don't, because the rest are all pretty spicy. I'm going to save this crazy one for last. But let's do first Maximus and the second Black Bolt. That is about a 5.0 issue 47. See, I've got about a, I'm actually going to lower the price. I got 150. Let's do 125. This is about a 4.0, 4.5 first in humans. On B. 43, similar condition, non-key on A. Actually, wait. Dennis, did you want that to include 20 and under? Because I can throw that in your pile as well. Just let me know. This one's a little nicer. Dr. Doom on the cover, too. We have like maybe a 6.0, number 40 on E. First, Greg and Thomas Gideon is about a 3.5, issue number 34 on I. I have about a 3.0, first Atuma on A. Elite. I'm going to drop price on this one. First Diablo, I had 50. We're going to do 35. E. Lower. It's actually not terrible, but it has a little bite out of the top left, so I gotta do it. And then a very low 2.520 second cap in the Silver Age and first ever Hulk versus Thing battle. FF25. Hyundai on F. For some reason, whenever I get that book, I can't even get to a mid grade. It's always low. Claim all FF. I will give you all FF, but Laura, I'm going to show you one crazy book that I have, and you can confirm if you really want it, because it's pretty spicy. Wait, I said I was doing 125 on this. Okay, check this out. Laura, this was in there. Beautiful colors. I'm calling it a 5.5. Did you want that too? We will wait to hear. Next, we're kind of out of the fire and into some cheaper stuff. The full run of Final Crisis plus the Final Crisis one-shot called Submit Number 1. I'm doing another price reduction here. At it at 35. 30 is just a lot better. Bring on the spice. Let's do it. Hell yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Awesome. So that's barely on the site. Here's a book I get asked for all the time. I never have it. Finally, I got it, and I got it in high grade and newsy and in Mylar. Classic Flash versus Reverse Flash. High grade 323 in Mylar. Here is the second appearance of Mirror Master vs. Mirror World. 109, 1959. It's about a 5.0 and can even benefit from a clean and press on D. Tyrannos, quick to it, nice. Ravenscroft. Ravenscroft, you have 2 inches left in your box. I have to blow my nose again, damn it. All right. Then we have First Meeting with Frankenstein and Dracula, high grade 20 center. That's number 8. And part 2, which is number 9. If you're only going to have 2 Frankenstein books, those are the one to have. Here's a mid to high Galactus, The Origin. 1948 Gangbusters number 2 Golden Age book. Probably something like maybe a 5.0. I think I'm actually very underpriced on that. Oh well. I'm actually not the best at pricing Golden Age. I tend to undershoot pretty badly. It's a Nesmith on B. There's a Lou on C. Beyonder on E. Lou on I. Jeffrey, yes. Laura got it. Ghost Castle, number 2, 25 center, higher end of mid-grade Bronze Age horror. High grade, possibly near mint, Ghost Rider number 1, newsy. Ready for this? Key Collector says 180. I'm going 150. It is a gradable. The super stinking scarce final issue of G.I. Joe. It is a contender for a 9698. There you go. Polywhirl. Brendan on B. It's a Palf on C. Then we have a high grade, I want to say a 9.4, maybe a 9.2, but also maybe a 9.6. Real American Hero, number 1, newsy. Bam. G.I. Joe, the complete miniseries, when it went to Dark Horse. Surprisingly, that's like very, very cheap. George. Really getting a spicy meatball. Next up, we have a 10 center, My Greatest Adventure, 56, probably a 4.0 on E. 1961. Near Mint Green Lantern, 110, first appearance of Hatchet, H. 30-cent Green Lantern, first appearance of the Sarik. That's about a 8.0. 30-cent, it's number 90. First issue after a 5-year hiatus. That one. Blue. Possible 9698 here. Green Lantern, Silver Surfer, Prestige format books. Those things have a tendency to get the 9.8 when you think you're gonna. We got a Strillic. All right. Next up, first actual appearance of Red Hulk, number 2. First appearance of Thunderbolts, possible 9698, 449. About a 9.2. Second Wolverine, first Hammer and Anvil, 182. Full run of The Hobbit. That's actually pretty scarce. That's got some nice value there on I. I'm seeing a Nesmith. And a Tyrannos. And a Polar. And we are caught up. A full run of Temple of Doom, the movie adaptation, indeed. First appearance of Blue Beetle. This one has a spine tick or two, in case you're wondering why the heck it's only 10. Death of Ted Cord. Countdown, 1. Full run of Infinite Crisis. Near mint set, the full thing on I. So your first Jaime Reyes, first Blue Beetle is all there. Hal, good choice. Nesmith went the G and the E. Not just a potential gradable of the Invisibles, number 1, but also the tough to find preview. Nice bundle there. Key Collector says it's 250 bucks. I'm going 200. I do have that 1 in 10 crazy Iron Man 25 that everyone loves to have sent in Downey on E. I don't think I've ever had that before. That's cool. Claim I. Lou got A. And that's a Ford. 2 mid to high ISIS number 1s, and 1 that's just a mid. And then interestingly, number 2 had a little bit of a higher value than these from what I found. I don't know, I guess more people just picked these up, but I kept it at 10 for consistency. Ooh, good advice, Vader. I have heard some people pop the actual YouTube speed into 1 to 25 to ensure you never get any lag. That's a good idea. All right, then we have Dynamite's 2017 or 16, I forget. John Wick number 1, Key Collector says 45. I'm close. I'm at 40 on I. Joker gets clocked in the face, classic cover. That's 10 bucks. High grade Justice League of America 30 center. It's 136. Not authentic. Nice. Full run of Justice Society of America, the 8-part series on G. And I also have the first one, which is the 10-part series, or maybe it's a 12. Number one's first Jesse Quick. There you go. I see a Maz on J, and that's gonna. No, you have a file. Okay. See, now I'm cold. What's going on? There's no consistency in this weather. All right. Full run of Kingdom Come, near mint set. I usually like to get these graded. They're a surprise nice 9.8, but again, I can't wait. I'm a level with you guys. There's a lot of stuff in today's auction that I really wish I had the time to get graded. Had I done that, that would have been much smarter. 1 and 2, the Kingdom, both $5 keys with the first appearance of the Offspring, which is the son of Plastic Man. $15 bundle on F, gradables. We have a full wall. Dominic on F. That's Dominic right here. Dom, you got something like 6 to 8 inches in your pile. Words out on the real size difference there. All right, then we have Parks on A and C. 1, 2. Nothing on F. Pal Ford gets J. Rio Comics, I got to move your pile over here. Geek. Full run high grade of Legends includes first Amanda Waller and Suicide Squad. High grade, maybe even near mint minus, Logan's Run, number 1. Some Silver Age, Marvel Collector's Item Classic 16 and 21. Okay. Make sure you fill out that link. Raiders of the Lost Ark, 1 through 3, the complete arc, all high grade on A. Six-string Samurai on A. $1974 in Mylar, number 30 of Monsters of the Prowl. That's actually high grade. Nice on A. Let's get a little clearing on this wall. We've got some open spaces we need to get to. And in the meantime, hit that like button. I'm actually $50 lighter than the Key Collector High on E. Just saying. Rhinos gets the F and the J. David Allen Frederick got A. David David Allen Frederick. That's great. Make sure you fill out that link. That's how I'll be able to invoice you. And the most important thing, try to get to 10 claims or 20 because you can actually get 20% off if you get it. And it does make a difference. It does. A couple near mint minus newsies. First Bushman and Khonshu, Moon Knight 1. First Deathbird, mid-grade number 9, Ms. Marvel. Very underrated book in my eyes. Top row goes to Uncle Lou. Oh, that's a spicy top row. I'm going to give you the legends for free. Next up, we have a mid-grade, Ms. Marvel, number 1, and the gradable. Parts. Who remembers in COVID when this hit $200 raw? COVID was so stupid, dude. Here is a near mint of Marvel Team Up 141, the unbelievably scarce Mark Jewelers variant. The only ever graded copy was a 9, I forget if it was a 9.0 or a 9.2, and that was 200. This one, I believe, is a 9.4, and here it is. Ties for first black suit, Mark Jewelers. L-Band with a big swing. Hell yeah, my duder. Weird file. There. That's cool. That's the type of book I would kind of want to grade myself, but again, I don't have any time. Here's our first Ant-Man, a very high grade copy. I think you're in the 9s on that one. Marvel Premiere 47. Even if you're just a 9, that's still very good. Then I've got all my Predator. Like a Predator number 1. Gorgeous gradable. Full run of The Bloody Sands of Time. The complete Volume 1 scarce trade paperback near mint. Invaders from the Fourth Dimension, Predator one shot. All near mint. This is from the same Alien collection. You can see the overlap. Bad Blood, full run. Some of these had higher values than other, and I couldn't really tell what drove it. Cold War, like why is this one 12, but that one was 10? It probably comes down to print count. Who knows? All right, let's see what we got here. That's a Nesmith on D. Butcher on C. Poor K Shells. You've been like number 2 a couple times I've seen. You'll get one. Zamboni on A. Interesting. Predator is more popular than Alien. Note to self. F went to Kev. Let me put up the rest of my Predator. Now, I actually had this one when I was a kid, Race War, and let me tell you, this is not kid-friendly. Full run of Race War even includes Zero. Predator versus Magnus Robot Fighter, 1 and 2, the full run. Big Game, the full run. The movie adaptation of Predator 2. It's actually a 2-part archive near mints of both, 1 and 2. That's a Saint on the Bloody Sands of Time. Actually, you know what? I hate to do this, guys. I never read Zero. I'm going to keep this one at least for one more claim sale. I want to read this. This is like 20 some years later. And I never got to read the whole thing, so I really want that. Bob's. Brendan. That's a fry. Nothing on there. All right, we are caught up. Weird bundle, but why don't we do this? There's my $20 sticker. If anyone gets both full runs of Justice Society of America, I'll give you H for free. Another one-shot, Jungle Tales, Batman vs. Predator Volume 2, and Batman vs. Predator Volume 1. And I think that's the rest of my Predator. Here's a J. Scott Campbell. We're up to our Spider-Man here. Or actually, Mary Jane. Dominic. Esmeralda, do you have a... Yes. One, Near Mint, Masters of the Universe, #1. Also on I. Gradable first Deathstroke, New Teen Titans 2. That is the newsie on A. Brought the heat for you guys today. Case shells, that you got. Wait, was it? Case shells 1, 2, 3. Case shells 1, 2, 3. Nice claim, man. Case shells, make sure, I think you're new, make sure you fill out that link. Make sure you have your username so I can actually find you. And invoice is coming tonight. You got one. That's a Palf on A. Don't ghost claim me. Well, what in good tarnation does that mean? First appearance of Nova, high grade, maybe even near mint minus. First appearance of Nova. Near mint, first Lobo. Predator was not claimed. Oh, I think a bunch of other people wanted that, so that's fine. Predator 2 is back up on the wall. That's a Palf. And a Fry. Fry. Palf. Fry. 6. Final night. Actually, I'm going to lower this price. Final night number 1 through 4. Remember, 4 is the death of Hal Jordan, but I also have the Parallax Special number 1. All nicely preserved near mint, all from just one collector. And actually, you know what's cool about everything tonight? This is all from 2 collections, both of which weren't like books that were traded and in comic shops over the years. They were all original, picked off the wall stuff, which is pretty sweet. What does H says? The first appearance of Hatchet, a minor Green Lantern key. Adventures into the Unknown 26, 10 center, 1951. It does have the top thingy ripped off. Still, Golden Age coolness. $15. Nice high grade near mint minus Punisher 1 Newsy. First ongoing series. Oh, that's what a ghost claim is. Okay, yeah, I remember that guy. That's awesome. We have a full wall. We got some spicy shit up on this wall. Let's see it go. That's an aluminum on A. Why is this Nova still here? Someone get that out of here. 1952. Again, I might be massively underpricing my Golden Age books here. Another 5.0, 1952. Claim Justice Society, which actually means you get this guy for free. That might fill your box of cards. That's not to say you should stop buying. You are welcome to keep buying, but your short box is like perfectly filled with these claims here. All right. Tyrannos on A. Near mint minus. Dominic of the Coco. Am I muted? No. We are caught up. Just a John Byrne Red Sonja 1, high grade non-key. Red Sonja 35 center, number 6. Powdered Toast Man special, number 1. 15-cent Magnus Robot Fighter, 1969, low grade. Saint. Wow, we just had a massive surge in affordability there. Dave Stevens, Rocketeer number 2, high grade H. Mid grade Sandman number 1. Surprised that's just $10. Clean F. And Brendan went with G and H. Yeah. Oh, Key Collector really says the high of this is $350. Here's like an 8.0. I've never had this book before, so I don't know anything about it. Maybe you horror people know what this is. Apparently, it's like one of the most classic horror covers of all time, with the pumpkin beckoning you. Secrets of Haunted House, number 5. What it looks like, that appears to be a pretty good price. What I was seeing. Here's a gorgeous near minty newsy, Secret Wars 1. Actually, 2 of those. Although one's the newsy. Why don't we do this one will be $20 and this one will be 30. You write a quick $20 sticker. 20. Sucks. There you go. So you can say director and newsy. And I have to slow down. Hold on. Where are we? All right. I got that. K.S. Murray, 86. A lot of people jumped on that. You'll have to tell me what that is. Thank you, K.S. Murray. K.S. Murray, make sure you fill out the link. This will be how I can actually invoice you. Try to get that 10 and 20% off if you hit 10 and 20 claims. Frederick. Aluminum. I'm assuming you're getting the newsy. That's the first one I put up. Wait, did I give you G? No, I gave you C. Boom. All right. Secret Wars. First, Jessica. You know what I'm talking about. The Spider Woman, the second Spider Woman. That's a near mint minus. It is a newsstand. Here's a possible 9-6, I want to say. Superhero Secret Wars number 8. I'm kicking myself for not being able to submit that, but I do not have time. It's got to go. Gaysky, thank you. There are books here I really want to grade. Oh, well. All right, Laura, good one. Fry, good one. Joe. Jessica Drew. Shazam number 3. Origin of Captain Marvel. First, they call it modern, but it's 1973. I have a hard time calling that modern. The 70s version of the Captain Marvel thing. High grade Sherlock Holmes, number 1. Says 15. I'm going to do 10. A gradable She-Hulk, first appearance. The Philip Fry. And that's a Ridley. Why is this Nova still here? The Coming of Galactus, a prestige format Silver Surfer one-shot. G, high grade. Nice Ribby. And looks like after Silver Surfer, we will finally be arriving at our Superman, which is the star of the show today. I got a big, fat Superman collection in Origin of Silver Surfer, high grade, Soldiers of Fortune, 1951, issue number 1. About a 4.0. Again, I think I'm underpricing my golden age from the looks of it. Zamboni. This is like riddled with keys. It's still small value, but it's a prestige edition. First Soviet Super Soldiers solo issue. Here's about a 5.5, maybe a 6. First Space Ghost. I've never had that book before. That's awesome. Tyrannos. E. Andrew Bowers, welcome to the party. K.S. Murray. Okay, we'll call it. The Newsy spawned 8 high grade in Mylar. And then a near mint spawned 7. Who wants to see what happens when you leave a book in the sun or in a room that has too much sun? This is your cover A of Spawn. Funny thing is, it's actually gorgeous in terms of spine ticks, but look at that. It's actually kind of cool in its own weird way. $5. Nothing on A, Chart Green. Kevin Wade, thank you. Zamboni. Yeah, that's crazy. Although there's I go to Ocean City, New Jersey every year, and there's this one giant surf mall. And off in the corner, they have a bunch of comics that have, I think, been sitting there for 20 years. They are so sun dried that it's actually been a few years since I can even tell what books they are. It is they're literally turning into just like a weird discolored gray thing. It's crazy. I've never seen anything like it. So keep your books out of the sun. 6. Bill. eBay sellers will claim it's a rare variant. Yo, what's up, Niels? Adventures of Superman 630 and 633. First appearance of Alexander and Alexandra Alistar, who become the next parasites. And so begins our Superman. Adventures of Superman 625, first appearance of Prius. 596, perfect condition, I might add, depicts the tragedy of 9/11 a week, written a week before 9/11 happened. Super creepy. Gee. 539, first appearance of Anomaly. This is all new mint. I will let you know when it's not. First appearance of Massacre. 509. 507, first appearance of Bloodsport 2. First solo story of Superboy, first Tana Moon, 501, near Mint J. We just got pretty affordable up in this bitch. Nesmith, thank you. We're going to start with our 90s and 80s, and then we're going to go into the 70s. L-Band went with the 911. Bop, bop, Maz. You know what? I'm actually going to, this will make it easier. Boom. Now I have to take my coat off again. I'm either too hot or too cold. Katy Perry. $5 classic for Steel Eradicator, Superboy, and more. Near mint. Then you guys with all the $4 ones. Second Doomsday Superman Battle, near mint. Third Cameo Doomsday, 496E. We need some clearance. Someone get that first Nova out of here. That's got to go. First Prius. Actually, Zach, I'm just going to keep you right here. First Kismet Adventure 494. Or again, if you want, you could say claim all Superman keys, $5 or under, and you'll get some for free. And we'll move on and get into the 70s and 60s. Claim all soups. Wow, you like said that seconds after I said that. All right, so boom, 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 boom. Let's give you something for free. Who was that? That was Ribby. I thought it was. And let me see what other Superman I have that is a key in that price distinction. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 6, 7, 8, 9, caught up. All right, first appearance of Hank Henshaw and Death. C. 465, 466. 463, fourth race against Flash. It's actually the first against Wally. Near mint, and Flash wins. Gangbuster Bundle. It's also the first appearance of Bibbo Babowski. So first cameo and full appearance. First, Cat Grant and Samuel Lane. 424, Newsy High. Whatever happened to the Man of Tomorrow? Alan Moore, the trade paperback, near mint. Superman Special 1, 2, and 3. So it's a complete Superman Special lot. Ford. I is 1951 Adventures into the Unknown 26, 10 center, and it is one of those ones where they had to rip the top off. Dominic. 6 string. Mikey. Superman 3D. Action Comics 894, first appearance of Death in mainstream DC Comics. Potential 98. First live wire in continuity, 835 action. First Natasha Irons becomes Steel. Action 806. 775, first Manchester Black and the rest of the Elite. Every book I just showed you is not only just near mint, it's near mint plus. That's a Zamboni. It's a Nesmith. Dominic. Action 672, first Sonic the Hedgehog preview. Near mint, first Maxima, 645. Classic George Perez, 643. 600 anniversary issue. I think that's also George Perez. Beyonder. 6. Mikey. First appearance of Checkmate, Action 598, and hilariously, there is a misspelling on the cover. I forget what it is. Oh, they spelled Metropolis wrong. Metropolis. Here's a mid to high for Silver Banshee, 595. First Jonathan Elliott, 583, high grade. Newsy. Mikey. First War Suit and the Brainiac Skull Ship. Says 15, I'm doing 10. Thanks, Trask. Beyond it. We're caught up. All right, now we're into the vintage. Here we go. This is why you guys are here. Action Comics 521, first appearance of Vixen. Fortunately, it's only a VG, but hey, what the hell, $10 first Vixen? There you go. Milestone issue, $5. Action, 500. Who's green? Yeah, I'll do G for later. All right. All right, I kind of need this wall cleared because now we're getting into the actual bronze and silver. So what can we do? Nesmith gets the J. All right, I need a clear wall. Here's what we got left. Why don't we just say if you get B, I'll give you A and C. You get B, A, and C will become free. That's a good deal. Someone's got to do that. That is a good bundle there, man. $23 off. Someone's got to do it. I need a clear wall for this next thing. Art, there's nothing on D. Art, refresh your browser. I think you're behind, man. We're here. Someone's got to do it. Claim B, get A and C for free. We need a full wall to get into our full run of Superman here. Pablo, I see you loud and clear, my friend. Who's doing it? Nerdy Bob, we need a full wall. So the offer is get B for 100 and you get it for free. Joe's doing it. Woo! That shouldn't have been that hard. Not to mention, I originally wrote 120 on this, and that's the second sticker. I changed it to 100. All right, Joe. Well played. All right. Superman time. All from one original collector who picked this stuff up in the 70s. Never before exchanged hands. $4.94. $4.91. First Microwave Man. Okay. $4.87. Action Comics $4.85. Neil Adams cover inspired by his own work. Iconic cover of The Wedding $4.84. Before they actually got married. Nesmith on A. We're going to work our way down to Mikey on C. Microwave Man. Vader. Nesmith. 482. 481. First Supermobile. That's a high grade. 472. We're now to 35 centers. 471. That's actually a 30 center. First Feora. That'll go in 2 seconds. 470. 469. These are all mid to high. I will let you know when they get down into more like mid. First Bullet logo in the Action Comics title. 468. Ridiculous Neil Adams cover of Lex Luthor punching Superboy in the head as a baby. Yeah, that got weird. 466. Toaster Man. That's right. Dominic E. Pablo F. Oh boy, that was a little while ago. There you are. Pablo F. Larley. Another Neil Adams. This time Superman punches Lex in the face. 30 cent. 465 mid. 464. First appearance of Pick Driver. Oh, Pile Driver. I'm so dumb. High grade D. 463 mid. 30 center. 462. Very high grade, but just happens to not be a key of any kind. Electric Can Opener Man. Hell yeah. Making our way downtown. Walking fast. 461. 460. Another one just like F. Very high grade, these two. 459 mid. Everybody check their lists. Mikey going for the high grader. 458. First appearance of BlackRock, not the investment company. Pablo, yes, you did. Right here in your pile. Full wall. Vader, you get 4 books for free. Three, 1. Actually meant to say 3 books, but because I made a mistake and said 4, I have to give you 4. Oops. Superman gets really questionable with some child. Yeah, that's a weird cover, man. I don't know what they were thinking. 457. 456. Jaws cover. High grade B. 455. We're into the 25 centers. High grade. 454. Mid high. 453. Mid. 452. Mid. 451. Mid high. 450. High. 448 mid high. 445 mid. Oh boy. I went too fast. Stroke. Dominic. In bottom. And top. Dominic. You got it. 443, 80-page giant, mid-high. 442, high. 441, mid to low, but it is a Superman versus Flash. 440, first art on Green Arrow by Mike Grell, mid. 439, mid. 438, we keep going down, mid to high. Another 100-page giant, 437, mid. We're in the 20 centers. 436, mid. 435, mid. 434, high grade, and it's also an homage and kind of making fun of the Golden Age cover. Art on A. Nesmith B. Dominic C. Nesmith F. Large A. Twenty centers continue. 433, mid to high. 432, first Jack Nimble, new toy man. Mid to high B. 431, high C. 430, mid F. 429, mid J. I agree. I find Superman to be one of the most affordable vintage. There are some that are even cheaper, like Adventure Comics can get even cheaper for this, and some other titles too. Stomach. 20 cents continue. 428 mid. 427 mid. Bull wall. All right. Kevin. 426 mid to high. We need to get our momentum back. We want to hit those 15 centers and 12 centers right there. Hit that like button while we wait. D, E, F. D, E, F, H, and I. 425 mid, gorilla cover. 424 mid to high. 423 mid. 422 mid. 421 first Horatio Strong, which is an obvious Popeye goof. Poly World. Kev. Nesmith FH. Dominic I. Clean bronze action. Tell you what I'm going to do. Just to keep it for the fun, Laura, I'm going to do it in order of 20 centers. So bronze would technically also include all the 15 centers, but Vader has been patiently waiting. So I'm going to blast through the rest of the 20 centers I'll give to you. Now, if we do the 15 centers on the wall and you say claim all 15 centers, well, then there you go. You just flat out got it. All right, we were actually right there. So let's see. I think that's the best way to do it. Now, that being said, you could just say claim all 15 centers. So we're going to try to give people a shot. Bondage cover 402 mid. Bondage cover again. They were really liking the Superman in that position. 401 mid. 400 Neil Adams. That is the anniversary issue. 400 mid. 399 mid. 398. These are Neil Adams. Mid. 397. That one's a mid to high. 396. That one actually looks mid to high too. Definitely might even be high grade on that 395. 394. Mid, maybe mid high. There's a mid high. 393. Ez C. Two shoes. H. $392 mid to high. $391 mid. FGI. Where's Mr. Hey, where'd my sticker go? There it is. RA. Kev. $390 mid. Baseball cover, mid-high 389. 387 mid-high. 386 mid-high. 385 mid. Keep in mind, folks, if it doesn't go, we have someone that's done a backup claim on the 15 centers. So grab it while you can. 2 shoes. In its place, a high grade 384. I don't know. We're going to go this slow. It might just have to revert to Laura, who asked for all the bronze. Let's see, folks. What can we do? BC and I. Debater. 383 mid. 382 high. 381 high. Nesmith. 380 mid to high. Zach. 379 mid to high. Eliminator. Claim wall. Nice. That means 3 free books. Double cover. 378 mid to high B. 377 mid to high C. 376. We're into the 12 centers. We did it. Mid. 375 mid to high D. Neil Adams 374 mid. Action Comics Giant Size Supergirl Special 373 mid. 372 Neil Adams mid. 371 Neil Adams mid. 370 Neil Adams mid. 369. I don't know if that one's Neil Adams. That sort of doesn't look like it. Mid. Two shoes on J. 368. Great cover. Mid. Superman, Supergirl cover. Mid 367. Neil Adams 366 mid. 365 low. 364, mid, Virus X. 363, Neil Adams, mid. 362, Neil Adams, low. 361, second Parasite, mid to low. That's a top row. Easy. To shoe. $360, Origin of Supergirl, low. Neil Adams, mid. Neil Adams, 358, mid. 357, Lyndon B. Johnson appearance, mid to low. First published artwork by Neil Adams for Action Comics, but unfortunately it's low. 356, and then 355 mid to low G. Dominic A. $354 mid to low. 353 mid. 352 mid, yeah. 351 mid. Stroke. I. Gone. 350 mid to low. Mummy cover, 349 mid. First Acid Master, 348 mid. And you know what? I'm going to go pee, but we have a claim on the top row, so I'll fill the top row. And then I'm going to go pee. All right, here we go. Superman versus Supergirl, 346 mid. 345 mid to low. 344 mid. 343 mid. 342 mid. Be right back. All right. Let's see. Bransbury A. Bransbury, where was that? It was a little up right here. Nesmith B. Can you close the door? All right. All right. Let's see. I absolutely washed my hands. Don't be spewing that. That's ridiculous. I'm actually a germaphobe. I wash my hands so much, my hands are dry. 341 mid. Why do I only have $8 on that? Brainiac cover. 339 mid to low. We are nearing the end of our Action Comics. Wink, wink, wink. If anyone wants to just say claim all, we can move on to Superman. Zamboni. 338 mid low. That's crazy. We had 6 long boxes today. It's not even 3 o'clock, and we have only a long box and a half left. We have absolutely crushed it today. And frankly, I thought the Action Comics was pretty good, but I think I liked Superman even better. Let's see if we can get there. I'll close out with the rest of my Action Comics. Got about 20 books left in Action. Let's do it. 336. Supergirl rides her horse that later sleeps with her. What? Yeah, you heard that right. That's a mid to low, 336. Anyone wants to claim all the rest of the Action Comics? I'll give you 5 books for free. Zach. Brainiac cover, 335 mid to low. B. Claim Action. Let's do some free books. 331. Free. 328. Free. 327. Free. To 44. Free. And free. Rock on. What do you tell people with crappy collections? Honestly, I think there's a misconception that I buy everything. There are some collections that are not worth buying because with the YouTube channel and being a dad of 2, I sort of have to kind of do quality control over the collections that come my way. So no, I do not buy everything. All right. Brief interlude, little stack of Superman miscellaneous before we get to Superman Volume 1. For all seasons, 1 and 2. Superman Beyond, First Super Demon, and something else, the full run. First appearance of Myriad, Superman Annual 5, Superman Year 1, great read. A sealed Superman 500 for Steel Eradicator, all that stuff. First Nuclear Man, high grade Quest for Peace, Superman 3, the movie adaptation, and a full run of Red Sun. I have no Superboy today. Vader 0, was it GF? Roll frame. Vader, I'm going to give you this free. All right. Mr. Ford, have you ever had to tell someone their entire collection is dollar bin books? You would be shocked at how often that happens. And I have to say, I hate doing that. A lot of people grabbed the wrong stuff in the 90s and they thought they could just sit on it forever. Like, there's a lot of collections that I see where, like, their best book is a Superman 500, their best book. And I have to tell them, like, hey, man, I hate to tell you this, but it's all dollar bins. There was one time years ago, quick story. There was one time years ago, I went to check out a collection, and it was this little apartment, and he had something like 20 long boxes. So immediately I'm thinking, like, good odds, it's definitely going to be good. I swear to you, this has never happened before or since. There was not a single $3 book in all 20 of his long boxes. He clearly had already pretty dollar binny stuff, and he brings it to flea markets, and it had been even picked through from there. I spent about 4 or 5 hours just chatting with the guy. I left with not a single book. It was crazy. Crazy! Dominic, thank you. So imagine having 20 long boxes. There's gonna be some keys, right? No. This was a collection in which he didn't have a single thing. He didn't even have a Turok #1. All right, let's get to our Superman Volume 1. Why don't we do this? It's $24, kind of a weird number. Take A through C for 20 bucks and we'll get it started. Vader, you got it, but do you want B and C? I'll chop off 4 bucks. Was it all Turok #1? I would have preferred 20 long boxes of Turok #1 to 20 long boxes of completely nothing. You got it. So this book is free. Wow, Vader 0. We might have to put you into a short box. All right, let's do it. We are now up to Superman Volume 1, which I think is the star of the show. So get ready. It's going to go kind of fast. We're starting with some bronze. Superman 352, mid to high. 331, first Master Jailer, high. 330, first Hypno Glasses, Frank Miller letter, 330, high. 329, high, non-key. 327, high, non-key. 326, oh, Whitman, 325. 324, first appearance and cover of Atomic Skull. That one's randomly mid. I don't know why. 322. 35 centers here. Nesmith, Master Jailer. 2 shoes. Vader, are you sure you want to be out now? We got some 12-cent soup coming up. 321. 320. Solomon Grundy cover. Love it. DF. Zach, is that an I? Yes. $319. 318. High grade 317. Neil Adams, iconic cover. I also love this one Metallo cover. I don't know why. I think that's super cool. An I. 316. Laura. Quick with it. Nice. Forward. $3.15. These are actually pretty high grade. $3.14. $3.13. Ruby top. Hey, clean bottom. Hell yeah, Papa. Hell yeah. Nice clean sweep of the wall. 312, we're to the 35 centers. 30 centers. 311, that one's mid. 310, first appearance of the second Metallo. 30 centers. I don't know why I keep saying that. 309, mid-high. 308, first bullet logo on Soups. Mid-high E. 307, Neil Adams. Mid-high. 306, mid. 305, mid-high. 304, mid-high. 303, first Albert Michaels, who later becomes the Atomic Skull. Mid-high J. Nesmith B. Dominic C. Gransbury F. 302, mid. 301, another Solomon Grundy, mid-high. Anniversary issue, but you got some crazy, I want to call it marble chipping, but obviously it's DC. What appears to be marble chipping, 300, so mid at best, maybe mid-low. Nesmith B. Saint. Yonder. A lot of people getting 20% off today. I love to see it. I love to see it. $2.99. We're in the 200s. Mid. $2.98. Mid. $2.97. Maybe mid-high there. Get some water. Full wall. No, it does look like Aquaman. It's some random kid. Dominic gets the whole wall. Get the 3 books your way. 3. 3. 3. Pardon my atrocious handwriting. $2.95. We're into 25 centers now. Mid-high. $2.94. Same. 293, same. 292, same. 291, mid. 290, mid. 289, mid-high. 288, same. 287, crypto cover, mid-high. And 286. Two shoes. 285, high. Okay. 100-page giant. Mid. Maybe mid-high. 284. 283. Mid. I'll get my next stack. I'm thinking so, Nesmith. I think so. We have less than a long box left. And fun fact, we actually have some X-Men keys after this. So we're not ending with Superman. I do have a bit more after this. All right. Two shoes. Esmeralda. Let's hit you with a 281. The Death of Lois Lane. Obviously not really high grade 20 center. Same with 280. Glare on the C. What's going on there? There we go. Batgirl cover, 279. Batgirl team up. Mid-high. A 80-page giant, 100-page giant. Superman 278. Mid. Bottom row is gone. Better replenish it. Okay, let's go. Mid 277. Mid 276. First, mid to low, actually. First modern Captain Thunder, the alternate timeline version of Captain Marvel. 275. Mid 274. Good space cover, mid to high. 273, mid to high. Maz. 100-page giant all magic issue. 272, mid. We're almost at our 15 centers. In fact, yeah, we're pretty much right there. Anyone want to say claim the rest of the 20 centers? I'll give you 5 for free. That way we'll move on to our 15 centers and then get into the 12s. And if you're watching, in addition to 5 free books, you're still over the 20% off. So that's 20% off and a bunch of free books. Let the hobby fund itself, man. Let's see if we can make it to the end. We have exactly a long box left. The rest of our Superman, all our 12 centers, and then a bunch of X-Men keys and blah, blah, blahs. Laura Lee, I'm going to give you 6 free books, actually. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. Do one more. 3. All right, now we're moving on to the 20-cent era. I mean, excuse me, 20 cent, 15 cent. Couple straggler 20s. All right, Vader, if you're still here, I think this is what you've been waiting for. 240, Neil Adams, mid. 238, mid-high. Neil Adams, 237, mid-high. Crazy Devil cover, classic cover, 236, mid. 234, another classic Neil Adams, mid, maybe mid-high. This is actually the book from the thumbnail. 233, Neil Adams classic, mid-high. I'm calling it a 7. Pablo. CDE. John Cribbs. Nice. Why does it have a 98 next to my name? That means you are a member. You're joined to the channel. Thank you. Price of coffee a month, folks. You get access to videos early if you join the channel. 231, mid. 230, mid to high. 229, that one's mid. 225, mid. 224, I'm going to call it mid, could be mid to high. 223 mid. Giant size, 222 mid to high. Fat Superman, 221 mid to high. J. Flash versus Superman, 220 mid. Laura HGA. Beyonder J. Sergenko from Facebook. Get you started with your claim on I. $218 mid to high. Giant size, 217 mid to low. 216 mid to low. 213 mid to low. 212 giant size mid. Supergirl. Nesmith on A. And I don't know if you noticed, but we're in the 12 centers now. I see a G to Nick. Superman 211 mid. A, 12 center. 210 mid. G. Clark Kent quits, 209 mid J. Neil Adams, 208 classic cover, mid to low J. J's the hot spot. We got a 206 Neil Adams. I'm actually going to do 10. It says 15. I'm going to do 10. Mid. Laura Lee, you are absolutely crushing it today. Killing the game. The death for the Man of Steel. 204 mid to high. High. Mylar 203. Says 15. I'm going to do 10. Mid. Man, I wonder if you guys are going to have the energy to get to the X-Men. Maybe some wallets are at their peak here. We'll see. You guys want us to do X-Men and all that comes after Superman, or should we end it at Superman? I am doing a Star Wars sale tomorrow. I could do the rest of the box then. 201, great cover. Mid. 200 anniversary. That's a mid. J. I have no idea. Probably, typically when I do weekday sales, they're 7:30. That is Eastern time. Forward. $200. Yep. Actually, you know what? I think we will be able to make it because this is actually the rest of our Superman. After that, we have one short box of miscellaneous keys. All right. First ever Superman Flash race. It's low. It's like a 3.5 to a 4. Hyundai. 198. Mid-low. J. And I need some spots cleared up for us to do it. We did sell Teen Titans. I had the first Deathstroke. We already sold my near mint of that. Thank you, Nick, from Facebook. 196, Jay. That's a mid Superman versus Superman. Claim the red. There's no fifth. Oh, wait, actually, there are. Excuse me. All right, there were a few left. All right, Crypto and Supergirl cover, mid 195, maybe mid into high. 194, mid. Giant size, 193, mid. 186, mid. E. 185, mid to low. F. Nick. We have a new person here, Matthew Gazda. Mr. Gazda, make sure you fill out that link, first and last name. That'll be how I get you invoiced, my friend. Make sure you fill that out right. Have your invoice be an exact match, please. It goes a long way. And Matt, if you get 10 books, you get 10% off. 20 books, you get 20% off. Try to get it. I do not ship piles of just 1 to 2 books. I will always wait and let your pile get bigger. It's a pain in the neck for both of us. And by the way, oh my gosh, dude, that shipping price increase from USPS, I think I might have to try to ship more UPS now because good Lord, dude, they went up like 30% or some shit. What the hell? I swear, dude, USPS must be crooked. I don't know. I have seen such price hikes. Dude, 3 years ago, flat rates, medium flat rates were $14, and now they're like 23. How in 3 years did it go up 10 bucks? That's insane. 180, mid, 177, mid, 146. Nice. Origin of Superman. That's a classic issue. 10 center, Origin of Superman, mid. 145. Any Marvel? No Marvel bundles. That's a 20, 10 cent. 145. It's 20 bucks. Better write a sticker. This one's missing a sticker too. Let me pop that on there. All right. Did I just crush my $20 sticker? No, here it is. There we go. That's a Nick Janko. 2 shoes. Orphans of Space, 144, classic cover. Exploding Earth with Supergirl. Or Exploding Krypton, I should say. 140, first Bizarro family and Bizarro Supergirl. It has water damage on the spine, I'm popping it all the way down to the low on D. Laura. Hey, that's the last of the Superman. Look at that. That's the last of the Superman. All right. Why don't we do, here's a scary $100 book, but why don't we do claim up the rest of the Superman? I'll give you 3 books for free. How about this? I'll give you 3 $10 books for free. So you claim the rest of the Superman. The top row will be free. Oh, Gazda's claiming just I. Gazda, if you get all of it, I'll give you A through C for free. Pretty good deal. I'll take the rest. Rock on. Not bad for a first timer, too. Nice. Seize your moments. All right. Okay, if you guys think you have more energy, I have 1 short box left. The full run of Starship Troopers, the movie adaptation. Not so easy to find. Return of the Jedi, #1, newsy high grade. No, I'm going to save Star Wars. Sorry, I'm saving Star Wars for tomorrow. Sorry. Strange Adventures, 168, a 12 center. Mid. Strange Adventures 159, mid to high, dinosaur cover. C. Strange Adventures 150, classic cover. Mid to high, G. 1955 Strange Adventures, number 63, about a 4.5, 30. Number 53 from 1955, same thing, 30. Don't lose all over that. DC, Strange Adventures, you got it. And you know what, Lou? I'll give you Starship for free. Submariner 870 in Mylar. Thing versus Submariner. Then we have about a 5-0 Submariner 1. Swamp Thing 49 cameo of Justice League Dark. There's a high grade copy for you. Little Bronze Age Swamp Thing, number 13. Maybe like in the 8s. Pretty nice. A gradable Swamp Thing, number 9. One of Bernie's best covers ever. Alan Frederick. Terminator 2, prestige format movie adaptation. It's actually pretty scarce. RoboCop Terminator, that's actually some Frank Miller right there. 1 through 4, it is missing number 4. Terminator, the enemy within, full run, near mint. Secondary objectives, full run, near mint. Endgame, full run, near mint. Hunters and Killers, full run, near mint. Terminator, well, that's actually the first ever Dark Horse series right there. The first adaptation of The Thing, gradable, and 1 through 2. And then the more scarce second volume, 1 through 4, complete on D. Never had that at a sale. And I've definitely never had it in near mint either, so that's awesome. 6 string, looking good. I have to move your pile though. Hold on. L-Band, JC Fan, I gotta stick you somewhere else. You're going down here. 6 string, there we go. Blue. Don't forget B. We have some bangers left, actually. Wow. Low grade Journey in a Mystery, 122. Just a classic cover. Thor Frog, high grade newsy, 366. I did. Oh, did you grab A? Because I claimed E. Oops. Sorry. You got Hunters and Killers, so we're putting Enemy Within back up. Might be. Polly. Serjenko. Facebook.A. Gayski. Where are you? Journey into Mystery 115, Origin of Loki, second appearance of Absorbing Man. That's actually like a in the 7s copy, very respectable on D. Here we have a very high grade Transformers, number 1. Are American comics out now that Dingleberry Logan Paul is pushing graded manga? No, if anything, that might help American comics. All right, there we go. Laura. 1967 Undersea Agent number 6. Pretty good copy too, but a little random, so I kept it to just 10. Some Adam Hughes Vampirella number 10. Might even be a gradable there. I'm not seeing any spine ticks. Yeah, that looks like near mint. Again, this is actually from the same guy with the Superman collection, believe it or not. Al. Where are we? We have a surprisingly pretty full wall. Let's see if we can get some of this cleaned up. Now I need some more spots up on this wall, please. Although I will throw this just to tease you. Near Mint Newsy, Lethal 1. Thank you, Nick, from Facebook. And then we'll do our direct. I don't think so, but I will let you know. That's a top row. Mr. Lou. Nice, dude. Here's a bunch of mystery spaces that I didn't finish pricing. 77, 79, and then my golden ages I didn't get priced yet. So I'm just going to take a stab in the dark. We'll go 15 on that one too. This one's definitely nicer, considerably nicer. I'm going to guess 40. I'll do 10 on that one. GH. Full run, V for Vendetta. You'd be surprised how infrequently I find that. That is not, I don't see that too much. Oh my gosh. Laura, if you saw your pile right now, I'm literally confused about how I'm going to ship this. You, Laura, you might get 2 of those big brown CGC boxes. That's how much you grabbed between last week and today. So you're doing very, very well, Dominic. And at least one of those boxes is going to be shipped free because you got the slabs. So, boy, you're killing the game. All right, let me shut up and keep going. Gradable first Voltron C. Actually, it's a newsie too. That might be a mistake. This was a near mint full run of Watchmen, but unfortunately, this one short box he sent me, the books in the front, which were Watchmen, got the tiniest little corner dings. So it took this from like $140, $150 and popped it all down into 100. Oh well. And then here's your near mint of just number 1. Ready? Oh, NB. Ooh. Here's a book I've never had before, and I don't think I've ever had it. If I have had it, I've definitely not had it in a gradable. That is your first appearance of the Creature Commandos, and it's a newsie. Hell yeah. B. Oh. This next book is so ridiculous. Oh my gosh. 6 string. Thank you. Grade on D is like in the 8s. It's super clean. Yonder. This next book is gigantic. You guys ready? You want a big book? You want a really big book? Either it's a 6.0 or a 6.5. First Werewolf by Night. Hello. E. Werewolf by Night 15, an actual near mint gradable first meeting with Dracula. Insanity. I'm kind of ending the sale with some craziness. Wolverine 1, near mint, first patch. First meeting with Deadpool, near mint. Great on B is near mint and newsy. Kipker. This feels like an older claim sale when I used to have dope stuff coming in all the time. This, I love it, man. We've had some absolute fire today. Bangers on the wall. Yes, sir. Second appearance of Artemis. Near mint, considerably cheaper. And Newsy Annual 1, first Egeria. Wonder Woman key. More Wonder Woman, George Perez, number 1. Blue Cheese, that's a new one. Blue Cheese, you just got a hell yeah of a claim right there. Fill out the link. I will be sending you an invoice after the show. SBC _ Blue Cheese. Guys, round of applause for Blue Cheese. We got a spicy ass book. Invoice coming your way tonight. It'll be out in the mail tomorrow. Hell yeah. Nice claim, duder. And then I have a mid to low 15-cent Wonder Woman, which is an era I get incredibly infrequently. Laura Lee, I did get that. Sorry it took so long. I can just ship that one out. So I typically will say, like, if you have just one book, I'll not ship. That's when it's like a $5 book or something. If you have a $600 book, you bet your butt I'm getting that out in the mail the next day. Here's a 12-cent Wonder Woman. Unfortunately, it's quite low grade. Maybe a 2.0, $149 bucks. And that is the last of my Wonder Woman, but you've got it. Oh, that's a new one too. A new, another new claimer getting another spicy book. What's it? GDO CSWIFT. Swift. Make sure you fill out that link. First name, last name. Have your username be an exact match of that. That's how I find you for the invoice. Hey guys, don't freak out. The invoices are going to take a while. We did 7 long boxes of stuff today, so I'm probably going to be up till 4 in the morning doing these invoices. Okay, it takes a long time. My wife hates Sunday nights, but it is how I fund literally the entire mortgage and all our bills, so I don't think she actually hates it. L-Ban. Shut up. High grade. Those of you who don't know, L-Ban's making fun of a very goofy interaction we had with a non-payer a few months back. Mid to high grade newsy first X Factor. First Apocalypse, excuse me. First Archangel, first full Archangel, high grade A. X Factor 24. Could be a 9698 here, first Gambit. Very clean. Great on C. I believe it is a near mint, Mr. Swift. That's a spicy meatball. That was a legendary Dingleberry because that was an entire short box worth of claim stuff that he refused to pay for. So that really put me in an awesome position. Thanks, buddy. Yeah. I have to say, quick note on the non-payers. What is this? Come on, pay for your books. 5 piles not paid for yet. Let's not be doing that. Nesmith. And with that, Nesmith, I now don't know how I'm going to ship it, but we'll figure it out. Your short box kind of bursting at the seams there. No, I'm going to give them a little more time. All right, this is a non-key X-Men, but it's high grade 12 center. I want you to just look at the condition of this. If only this was a key, this would have been so much higher. But yeah, high grade X-Men 12 cent. Here is about a 9.0 X-Men 100, I want to say. Same thing with this 101. This one might even be like 9.2, 9.4-ish. I have brought the heat, have I not, today? Absolute legendary books here. Trask. Sam Hain. Been a while, Sam. How you doing? Sam Hain, even though it has been a while, just make sure you fill out that link again. You only have to do it once per show. 9847. I think we're caught up. Yeah. Thank you, Blue Cheese. All right, we have just a few books left. Let's do them. First Alpha Flight. Forget what I thought about this. 8.0, 8.5 maybe. Let's say it's an 8.0. Let's see. You're in the 9s on this first Proteus. 126. 7.5 to an 8. First Kitty Pryde. G. Claim all X-Men. All right. There's only a few left, but you got it. That was Hain. Where did I put your freaking book? That was like 4 seconds ago. All right, I have something interesting here. X23 Top Cow Super Scarce Limited Edition cover on C. That's a Pablo. And the last book of the night, I'm going to price this blind. I have no idea. The Crow, original graphic novel, so obviously it collects the entire Crow. I don't know if these are worth 20 bucks. I don't know if these are worth 200 bucks. But look, I have one signed by Barr. Is this now 300 bucks? Is this just 50 bucks? I have no clue. I really don't know Crow that terribly well, so I'm going to take a wild stab in the dark. This price could be high. I don't know. This price could be a couple $100 too low. I'm going to call it a Hyundai on a signed Crow original trade paperback. Seems right to me, but I'm doing it blind, so we'll see. Hey, this is it. This is the last of the night. Bing, bang, boom. Look at that. Swift just swooped the top row. Swift, if you're new, you probably don't know this. If you get a full top row, you actually get a free book. So let's give you your Terminator bundle for free. Where did I just put you? Swift. Rock on. And that'll do it. I do have some like magazines. You guys want to see a couple more things? I can do a couple mags and then we can get this going. Although honestly, I'm pretty tired and I've got at least 10 hours of invoicing here. So maybe. Wait, Nesmith, why would you get free shipping, Nesmith? Huh? Nesmith, last week I was doing a thing where if you got a slab, you would get free shipping, but I don't have you with any slab. Oh, did you think I said slab? I said I have a couple mags, like magazines. Um, I always forget to keep putting them up. Here they are. I find magazines to be a very slow mover for me in contrast to comics. But I do have, this is actually not a magazine. I just had to fit it in a magazine. 1948, number one, 10 center, Real Clue Crime Stories, number one. B, probably about a 4 or 5. Marvel Preview 21, some Moon Knight key. I forget, it like predates Moon Knight number 1 or something, Sienkiewicz cover. Like a 5. Elf Quest number 1, 1978, mid to high. 1947 Airboy number 1, bondage cover 2. 40. I lost my sticker on this one. Heavy metal. Oh no, my sticker's just on the back. Okay. Let's see, what's it say? Mobius artwork, classic stuff. I'm sorry, I misunderstood. I think you probably thought I said slabs. I'm gonna skip slabs this week. I get tired of selling slabs. I don't know why. They're so much slower. So I think magazines are slow. That's nothing compared to slabs. Justice Machine 1 and 2, a bundle for just $8. Some Deadly Hands of Kung Fu, mid grade, number 24, number 6. First appearance of the Adder, number 3, mid grade. Number 2, it actually reprints Special Marvel Edition 15, which is his first appearance. And first appearance of Duke Harm. Can't read my own handwriting. On F. Dominic I. Art. Art, your pile's getting pretty large here. And looks like you got G2. Art, why do you keep periodically saying really? Is that what does that mean? I've seen that a couple times. What does that mean? All right. This is super cool. The full run, I rarely get full magazine runs. Curtis Magazines, the full run of Man of Bronze, Doc Savage. Pretty good conditions too, kind of neat. Mid-grade, Spectacular Spider-Man versus Goblin, painted cover. And I'll just put a couple more up. Let's do, let me find a key. Let me find a key. Oh, magazine, come on. Here's a mid-grade Death Captain Marvel. Ooh, Art Green, nice. That's a spicy meatball. I don't think I have any Vampirella. That I would remember. Oh yeah, that's funny. I literally just mentioned in the video the next time I get one in, I'm definitely grading it. But this is from 320 when I got that collection in. I just forgot about it. Full run, Last Ronin. All issues. Pablo, want to do 15? The key collector high on that thing is nutty. So $20 is actually a pretty good price already. Let me fix the camera. Let me choose one more for you guys. Why is it so low? Monsters Unleashed, first Solomon Kane in comics. I mean, it's mid to low grade, but still 10 seems a little light. Mr. Ford. Mr. Marsh. Oh, what the hell? I might as well power through and do all my magazines. Let's do it. Let's do it. What do I have? All right. 1989, Parallel Lives. Little Marvel graphic novel thingy. Bondage cover, Witch Tales, 1972, number 4, mid. E. Vampire Tales, number 1, mid 1975. If I can fit it on the wall, J. Poliwhirl. Creepy, number 49. Just a classic cover, I believe. On E, mid E. Swift. That's a cool one. I'm glad someone got that. Doc Swift. I gotta move your pile. I'm gonna put you here. Boy, hold on. Nick went E on Facebook. Nick. Rampaging Hulk 1. First Killer Shrike Barit and Conspiracy. That's a mid to high number 1. I also have number 5 mid. And here's a Monsters Unleashed number 1 annual mid. 1973 J. Do I need to fill out the form again? No, you only got to fill it out once. Only once. Claim Monsters Unleashed. I think that was just the last one I had. I think the rest of the ones I have are pretty cheap. Cool cover. Number 24, Planet of the Apes. Nice condition on that one, on J. Parks. Number 25, mid. That's a Fry, grabbing up the C. Nesmith, it kind of would. I was going to actually reach out to an email, and you beat me to it, so that's easy. Who got Planet of the Apes? Was that Lou? Someone got G. Warrior, number 6. Another Hulk, Rampaging, number 6. And number 7. And number 20. All right, let's see. I think we're winding down here. All right, I think this is a good place to stop. Nope, Sam Hain says, I want more. You shall have it. Here we go. Boom, 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 boom. All right, I'll put some more up. 1987, 2080, the sci-fi special. Judge Dredd Thing. Warrior, number 2. Savage Tales, number 6. Mid. American Flag. That's actually a very large, just a one-shot American Flag book. 1970s Erie, Number 61. Pretty nice condition on that. $10. Funny thing about that Airboy, I thought I priced that pretty low. All right. Hulk Magazine 24. I think I put up all my mags. I don't think I have any left. That's an F. Swift. All right. Guys, I think that is a fantastic place to stop. This is one of the best sales I've had in a while. Good stuff. Here, of course, is the link if somehow you haven't done it already. Great turnout, great stuff here. And bear with me. The invoices are going to take some time. I love you all. Take care and have a great night, everybody. Sayonara.